YouTube, welcome back to another Warzone tips and tricks breakdown. Today we're going to be analyzing a gameplay, talking specifically about strategy and utilizing circles to win more games. You don't have to have the aim of a god, you don't have to have the movement of a god to just win more efficiently. Strategy can secure you more wins than you ever thought possible. All right, we're going to start off with the gulag. Again, I want you guys to really master this because whether it's the beginning game or regain, you really need to get more efficient with your gulags. I'm not perfect, but I do have about an 85% win-loss in the ghoulie, even though I spectate kill myself more times than anything else. So right now, I'm watching right side, I have no intel. I'm watching left side, I have no intel. The reason why I throw my nade to the left and not the right is it's gonna be easier for me to shoot over here, right? So I wanna go ahead and throw this nade. And as I throw it, I want you to notice that I push out. Why do I do this? Because I know that this nade is gonna flush the enemy out, or he's gonna get curious and peek this way. So even though I'm looking to the left, I'm watching for enemy movement, I'm ready to snap to the right. As I'm passing, I saw him standing there. Instant snap. And that's all she wrote. And again, notice how much movement I had, how much distance I covered, how many steps I took as opposed to him. He went to this box, took 4 steps out, and then died. Again, maintain momentum. You don't want to just push their spawn. Sometimes you can kind of freeze up if you want a sound whore, but don't make it a habit. All right, here we are. And kind of like the last video, we're spectating Scum, and this was completely by accident. But we are going to enjoy this. I do believe it's the real one, just judging by his movement and way he's looting. And again, pay attention to the bot videos we spectate and pay attention to the goat videos we spectate. If you guys think that looting slow is not a big deal, I can already tell you your KD is below a 1. If it takes you a long time to loot, you're gonna struggle when it comes time to gunfights. That was good observation. Great shots. Trying to shoot him under the vehicle. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, we also are spectating trios, by the way. So that's why he didn't just push up and go for the thirst. He just utilized the cluster to suppress said enemy. Guys, look, dolphin diving's cute. And if you were running from like here to here and you could make it behind cover of the dive, by all means do that. But this enemy, this is crazy. You're dolphin diving to nothing, making our life a lot easier. And if he would have just kept running or run behind the wall to the right, he would have been safe. And again, no matter what your skill level, you want to get active, you want to fight. That's the whole purpose of BRs. That's how you get better. If you're hiding, trying to survive, you're never going to get better. You're just going to die closer to the end of the game. You might get lucky, but at the end of the day, that's all your wins are, is luck. That is unfortunate, and I am lagging. I want you guys to pay attention. I hate that I even have to talk about this, but notice how he didn't execute a guy that was down that wasn't his kill. But we witness players all the time that are in rough spots and they stop what they're doing. They stop a fight that's happening because they just want to get a thirst on a kill or a down that's not even theirs. It's crazy. Stop doing that shit. So you know there's another enemy under us now. Notice how patient he is with his shots too. Good shots by the enemy. Gotta give him credit there. And we are officially out of plates after this pop. Dude, Scumman's got the eyes of a hawk too. Yeah, thank God you're crouched, brother. Remember, don't crouch. Stop crouching when you're fighting. Stop it. I don't care what anyone told you. I don't care what you think. You're wrong. They're wrong. Everyone's wrong. Don't crouch when you're fighting. Maintain your momentum. Maintain that rotational aim assist. And again, just keep your body moving. The pre-fire through the smoke to get intel. Enemy just jumps right out in the open, didn't play cover at all. All right. And that's not a bad tactic too. Run into that side thing whenever you have that particular ghoulie. It's not a bad tactic. Just be aware that you are vulnerable from the left. A lot of people will do that play and I'll shit on them because they're only watching one direction or they don't have the reaction time to snap like Scumman does. All right, so landing our loadout. It's funny, every time I come back from regain, I gotta float halfway across the map to my loadout. Get money for UAV, self-res, whatever the hell he wants. You don't want to sit here and loot only though, right? Hit a few buildings and dip. I see a lot of times players they'll land here, they're like, I'm on a regain, I got my loadie. And they'll sit here and they will loot all of this shit, every last building. Get what you need and go. If you want a gas, if you want a self, if you want a UE, add up the money, grab it and dip, dude. Do not overstay your welcome. You just landed in. So if there's anybody in this area, they're going to chase you down unless you're in one of those bot lobbies and they don't. All right, so we're going back to where we just died at. What to say? I'd rather take the zip. I already know what Scum said. They're holding hands. I already know it. I don't know Scum and I never watched Scum, but that's what I would have said. Moving on to Big Daddy Slays. Holy shit. All right, good teamwork, assisting with that fight. Ooh, rough aim, need to work on that. Guys, if you're trying to get better aim than this, make sure you check out aim controllers today. I have the link in the description as well as the pinned comment. Using code SAVAGE will save you a shit ton of money, man. A bunch of money, huge savings. But that's how you get better, is by chasing fights. Whenever you're running around, now granted, there's 3 of us versus 1 of us. You do not want to put yourself in a room like this, right? You really don't. Bounce in, pop a plate, and bounce back out. You got to keep changing your angle. You got to keep moving around. Do not put yourself in a cubby. This is why sitting in corners is so bad. Where would he have gone? He couldn't have gone anywhere. 2 of them pushed in that door, and he was dead. GG's. All right, green shooting at somebody. No pings are going out, though. We do have a ping on our building, but that's not a fresh one. UAV up. We're just kind of looking around. Also, we have $28,000. I'd like for us to all drop our money at the buy. That's exactly maybe what they're doing. If you're ever next to a buy with you and your squad, you always need to ask yourself, what do we want before we move out? You don't want to sit here because, again, if you're sitting still, you're losing that momentum. You're not getting the reps in, and more players who are aggressive are going to come fight you. And there's a great chance, especially if you're sitting on a buy station, you're going to get third party. Now, I don't know why we're leaving a buy with 16 grand. This team dies, it's going to be their own fault. We have a UAV. We're on a UAV. Whenever I'm on a UAV, if I got one, I'm usually going to pop it. Because if there is an enemy team over here, which I think there is, they're going to see us on their UE. And if they're paying attention, we're easy beams. Whether we're floating, whether we're coming up here, regardless, we have no cover, no concealment at all. And again, if they're on the rooftop, they're in the windows, wherever they're at, we're easy targets. So I want to get UAV up as fast as possible to find out where the hell they're at, so I can make a decision on what the safest way to approach this area is. But again, $16,000 as a team, everyone needs to buy something. Self, gulag token, whatever the case is, spend your money, dude. I don't know why we're looting. We didn't buy anything. Why are we looting? We're on UAV. There's an enemy somewhere nearby. We need to get position. One, on top of that, we're in one of the hottest areas on the map. This is one of the hottest. There's a buy here. This is a great rotation to the other compounds around us. You do not want to be in this area and not be on the high ground. And we're still looting. This is what I don't get about a lot of you guys. Why are you constantly looting boxes when you don't even spend the money you have? Again, we're on UAV, homie. We can kill these guys, get them at the lobby. I got a feeling Big Daddy Slays and them are going to die because they're not focused on what's around them. I'm assuming that the team with the UAV is probably going to play aggressively, and I'm assuming they're going to shit down our throats. All right, when it comes to reading circles, it's still relatively early in the game. This is kind of the point in the match when I'll start reading the circle, but because of the cities being the majority of the circle, there's really no reason to pre-rotate. I don't like sitting still. I don't like being camped up. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to play the edge and hunt for kills. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. I'll even go to this mountain and kind of fuck with this and ride this mountain a little bit and maybe gatekeep people because these guys will have to push in the next zone. Watch. The next zone is going to probably look something like this. And if we're on this hill right here, we can gatekeep anybody that's coming across. So we know there's a team there or was there. So that's what I would kind of do. Again, clear this out a little bit. Rotate here and just kind of hold it, and then you can kind of play in if you wanted to, but we'll let the game dictate on what we're going to do after that point. But that's how I would read the circles. That's how I look at it. Again, you don't have to do that right now. You could kind of play the edge, but looting and doing this shit is crazy. Again, still on UE. Now my question is to the team that launched the UE, where the hell y'all at? Also notice the separation. We're playing trios, big dog. And Big Slays is super focused on these fucking boxes for no damn reason when they got enough money to buy a freaking aircraft carrier. You've got yellow and green that are off doing their own thing. There are no comms being calmed out. If you're playing with a squad you have comms with, you're playing with your homies, someone on the squad needs to be paying attention to the minimap. But someone needs to identify the fact that blue's not with y'all and call that shit out. There's really no reason for this at all. Yeah, he's like, oh, where y'all at? So like right now, if a team was to land on him, he'd be fucking, where are we going? I don't know what Big Slays is doing, dude. This dude's lost. Oh, we're looting. Sick. Gotta get the box. Oh, weird. There's an enemy team there. Oh, that's fun. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so strange. We're on UAV. We've been on UAV. Our teammates leave us. We're focused on loot and we died. Hate to say I told you so, but duh. And believe it or not, we see this all the time, dude. So we have a team in the compound. I'm not sure how many are there. I'm assuming it's the guys who got the bounty on us. Maybe. Yeah, level 3 now. Flare goes up, so it leads me to believe this guy's either by himself. There's only 2 of them. We know it's not 3. And the enemy needs to make a break for it, but I don't think... Oh, that gave away your position, big dog. Why would... One of 2 things. Either A, this was his smoke, or B, there's another team over here. I'd like to think that he's not dumb enough to throw a smoke way the fuck out there, because all this did was make us look this direction. That's it. There's a good chance if he wouldn't throw that smoke, Big Daddy would be over here looking this direction, but we'll never know. Not much he can do. In a rough spot. Oh, the sniper glint. That was another team. Yeah. So also how I analyzed that, it was either his or another squad. I didn't think it was his. I was hoping it wasn't, which led me to believe there might be another team over here. Now, again, notice the separation, the stagger effect. If there was a full squad on this hill, they could literally pick us one at a time as we got closer and closer. It doesn't seem like a big deal that we're just separated by this distance, but trust me, if it's a full squad, it's a big deal. Guy jumped to the left-hand side. You saw him. I think you did see him. Here's parachute too. GG's. Now, I'm not mad they're playing the edge. Like I said earlier, you really don't have to rotate dead center. The circle is actually finishing on the hill that I said I wanted to play. So it kind of worked out for my strat. I didn't realize that was the case. But even if you're gonna play the edge right here, it's not a bad spot. We all have smokes, it seems like. And this isn't a big body of water, so we could safely push. Again, I want to point out we have $74,000 and we're still looting, bro. Guy jumped off to the right-hand side too, behind my webcam. 2 guys, actually. All right, so look at this zone. We don't need to move right now, but we'll have to move soon. The problem with this zone is the fact there's really not a smart play we could do. When I look at this zone, what do I see? Well, I see the next zone favoring, of course, this. Duh, Savage, duh. Why are you saying that? Well, I want to point this circle out, and I can't draw circles to save my life because the next strategy is rotating this direction. Why do I want to rotate this direction? You could rotate the opposite for sure, but I want to do this one. You do not want to go in to the center of the zone. It's going to be a hard fight. It's a little bitty building. You've got clusters, you've got fights taking place. And no matter how long this takes, it's going to be like that until the very end. Anybody rotating up at any point during any of these circles is going to be focused on the only piece of cover that's dead center on the hill. You have this building here, this building here, this building here, this building here, and this building here. But this is just a 2-story like wooden shack, not much. You have this hard piece of cover made of concrete. This is made of wood. This is made of wood. This is a hard building, and this is made of wood. So your only 2 options are these buildings right here. Those are gonna be the 2 hottest spots. I don't want to get in the middle of that. I don't want to have to be here fighting this team and then have these guys shooting at me, these guys shooting at me, these guys shooting at me. Just like in the last video I posted, I try my best not to be dead center in the last zone, whether I know it's there or not, because everyone is going to be focused on you and you're vulnerable from 360 degrees. Now, if for some odd reason this building here was a skyscraper and you just had great angle, great line of sight, that's a different strategy. But this right here, this is the case. So what I want to do is I want to focus on rotation. I want to play the edge. I want to keep the gas to my back. So clear out these buildings, work your way up here, clear out teams, because once we get up here, we can really watch enemies coming up this direction and coming up behind us. But that's the benefit of clearing behind us is there shouldn't be anybody rotating behind us. So at this point here, we just have to watch these directions and not so much back here. And then you just keep kind of playing the edge, doing that exact same strat, making your life a lot easier, because if you're having to worry about 360 degrees around you, it's a lot more stress. It's a lot more to look for, a lot more reaction time and maneuverability needed. Remember, work smarter, not harder. When it comes to end games, most end games, I'd say half end games, you could play and utilize that strategy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and work our way right, not directly to the middle, but directly in the middle. You saw the enemy's head to the left-hand side. I don't think Brady saw it at all. They're going to go ahead and try their best just to lock down this building. And again, it could work out. I don't like it because they're probably going to die. Whether it's now, whether it's later. Precision, bitch. Precision, bitch. And that's what's crazy to me, bro. Is if you get knocked by the precision, you're clearly in the precision and somehow, some way doesn't execute you. This game is so chalked. And now Brady's deciding he's going to play back. And this is a smarter play. I would definitely have gone wide because, like I said, we know there's guys here. There's guys here. And because of this fight taking place, we had to bail away. We went, we lost, we have to go. So now our two teammates have no loot. We're by ourselves. And there's a good chance we're going to get pinched before we get back to that building. But let's see what happens. Our teammates are landing on the loadie too, which is, don't do it. You're better off landing back on your shit and trying to fight for it again. I hate to say that, but that's the better play than going to Lodi. This is crazy, and the reason I'm smiling at this is hilarious because these guys, when they hear us shooting, these guys should be instantly pushing us, or at least peeking that hill and fucking us up. Bad play on the enemy's part. Same thing with the guys inside, cluster or not. You hear us shooting right outside your building, you open that door and shoot back. That flare. Oh, no, no. Get the flare. I know he's under fire. I get it. But he closed the door. There you go. Pick the flare up. Also, again, I want to throw out. Dude, all these guys are launching precisions and clusters, but they're not looking at us. Nobody's actually third-partying this, which is so insane. And that's the second time Big Daddy got absolutely laid out by precision. Which just proves the point that players don't look at their mini-map. I'm so curious about the guy to our left that hasn't peeked or moved at all. I promise you he's there. We saw his head peek. He started shooting right when we pushed that hill initially, and he just messed off. Now, again, we have $20,000. We have a UAV. We need to launch the UE. I want to see where enemies are because we have a shit ton of money. We could buy another one. It's crazy to me we're buying precisions and clusters when we should only be buying UAVs. And just like I said in the video where we did the viewer submission breakdown, we need to be getting eyes on the enemies, right? We're doing it now, but before we're sitting there and we're all just looting, we're doing this, we're doing that. This is very simple, right? This whole time we're in here staring inside, dropping money, looting, all this shit. The moment we start spectating Moosey and them, let's go all the way back. The moment we start spectating them at 17:45, we'll give them an extra second. Instantly, everyone drops their cash but one person. And then the other two people start scanning. We start looking around. Your boy threw the smoke. Drop him the cash. Let him buy everything. There's no reason for Moosey to have money. There's no reason for Electric to have money. Let Saf King do it. He just does, he's going out. But no, we all go out there, blah, blah, blah. And then remember, 17:45, and now it's 19:12. Now a minute and a half goes by and we're finally scanning. Might not seem like a lot, but these games only last about 20 minutes. We've already wasted a 20th of it, especially in game, not scanning. Guy lands on our building. We close the door and we hide. Crazy. Now we could streak ourselves, but we're going to go hide in the corner. We could streak ourselves, two guys above us. We could streak ourselves, or we could shoot him through the fucking floor. This guy's body was actually showing. He was exposed, so you could actually shoot that. Can't shoot the gun, but when his leg was sticking out, you can shoot that. Just streak it. So I close the door. Good play on the enemy. Great thermite by Saf King, honestly. Not a bad play. We need to play it up. We need to play it up. Stop worrying about closing doors. Just play it up and change your angle. And then close the door if you really want to. But again, I want the doors open, bro. Like, yeah. See what happens when you look around, how much intel you can get? It's crazy. Now look, we know that there are a lot of teams left. We saw on the mini map a guy pop up here, 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 and here. There's only one team unaccounted for, and he still might be on our rooftop. I don't know. But the gas is closing in now. Moosey has this under control. He doesn't need our help. One of us needs to be looking this direction and keeping our eye over there. Because the last thing you want is for the enemy to push you when you're all focused on the same guy. Okay, yellow's about to buy instead of scanning, which is crazy. Okay, now he's looking. Good shit. Or he's dropping plates. Okay, no one's playing the game. I'm telling you, they're not going to win the game. They're not playing this correctly at all. They'll get a few more kills. UAV up. Good shit. We know where they're at. We know where everyone's at. All right, good observation. We see the enemy running to the left-hand side too. Guy to the right's 1E as well. He went down, self-res. Yep, there it is. All right, good shit. It's a 3v1v1. Green is in it right now. I don't know. Yeah, it's like Green ran and we're like, we're running too. They ended up securing the game. That's crazy, brother. But yo, GG's. That lobby was crazy because we didn't have a single full team push just except for the guys on the rooftop. And when the guys landed on us, they just ate the precision instead of pushing in. Nobody ever pushed us. Everyone just played the edge. The whole idea about playing the edge is to eventually push the power position. But everybody just kind of played the edge and let the gas kill them off. It was crazy. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.